What's up, guys? I'm not sure where this video is going to lead us, but we are here at the house today, and look at what we've got behind us. A stage 2 911 Huracan Evo coupe. We got the MT Touring, which you guys know really well. And I just thought, you know what, why not get the GoPros out and do a video, because we're going to take these all for a drive, and I thought it could be kind of cool. So yeah, the idea is that I'm going to be spending most of the time filming a French video in the Huracan Evo Spider coupe, and I just thought I'd bring you along. So a few differences on the Evo. Basically, you had the standard Huracan which came out, then there was the hardcore version of the Performante, and then this came out as kind of like a second generation Huracan. So you've still got the naturally aspirated V10, double clutch gearbox, all of that good stuff. But there's some things which are taken from the Perf and put into like a slightly more usable package. Easiest way to tell, you got new rims, you got a new front bumper with this kind of white design right here. On the interior, you have a new screen, which I can show you up. If we open up there, see that new screen in the center? That is just to control, kind of like any touchscreen really, just to control what's going on in the interior. Now you have a few details like these red accents, which are new as well. This one's got the Alcantara steering wheel, and around back you got the exhaust like on the Perf. So two massive exhausts like that, which look awesome. This is a modified stage 2, they call it, 992. So it makes a real kind of nasty, it makes a real naughty turbo noise. Looks awesome, also in this blue. I do have the key for this too, so I should be able to open that. Where is it? There we go. The key on the 992s is so much thinner than it was on the 991s. And you got these door handles which pop out of nowhere. And then look, full black interior. Looks really cool. Anyways, we're gonna go for a little drive. Guys, the interior here, we've just left the house, is the quality in here is outrageous. You've just got Alcantara everywhere on the roof lining right here, thick feeling leather. You know, everything you touch is good quality. It's got this really nice kind of carbon look finish as well around the interior, mix of leather and Alcantara, this stitching and piping as well, which you can see right here. This is what that screen looks like with the Apple CarPlay connected. It's just awesome, feels like a real supercar. You got that V10 grunt and that sound behind you. Aren't many cars made like this anymore with a naturally aspirated V10, which is right behind you right there. 640 horsepower. This is the 4-wheel drive version, so it comes with the carbon ceramic brakes as standard. And yeah, I mean, just an epic place to be, really. We've got the M3 as the camera car filming in front there, and the Porsche behind. This is a pretty cool convoy. And isn't that the most convenient camera car? Because it's got the power to keep up if it needs to, but still you can open that rear window. One of the first times you're using it properly in this way. It looks cool. One thing I find kind of cool on these interiors is that everything happens here in the center. So look, for my window right there, it all happens here. It's not on the door. So you come here and then, for example, yeah, right there, if you need to put the lift up, it's in those buttons, and they all feel, again, back to the quality. The start-stop button, the famous start-stop button, the reverse switch, which you kind of pull, and then you get your reverse camera on your digital dash right there. It's a really cool, simple, but very functional interior. Okay guys, the idea is we're now going to see this, hear it from the outside, because that noise deserves... Look at this convoy. I feel like the M3 is still, you know, holding its own in its own little way. You have like a very convenient, practical car. Mediumly dailyable, but convenient-ish practical. Not dailyable, not practical at all. It's like from one extreme to the other. Guys, I'm at the wheel now. 640 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, rear wheel steer as well, which means that it just feels like the car's on rails and it's just being completely planted and going exactly where you want it to. And this gearbox just means it's relentless acceleration. So when you put foot to the floor and switch a gear, you know, usually you have that little pause in between, that kind of pull, pause, pull. This is like pull, 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 still pulling, still pulling. You see what I mean? Like, it's just, it's insane. Thank you for allowing me to drive this thing. It's outrageous. I mean, having the double clutch, this really shows how old the gearbox and the Aventador is. I mean, completely different cars, but this is just such a complete package. Yes, compared to maybe the McLarens, the Ferraris, it's a little more showy. They're all incredible cars, but they each have their own kind of role, their own thing that they're playing, their own space in the market. This is for that very showy, very loud V10 naturally aspirated engine, which is going to give you every single fiber in your body is going to be standing on end when you drive it. It's just outrageous. Let's give it a nice little acceleration here. And then the carbon ceramics, which are standard on this, are just, as you can tell, I'm very happy. I'm very impressed. This is awesome. I thought this would just be, you know, a fun little improvised video. See what you guys think of this car. I think I might hop in the passenger seat of the Porsche after, and we'll see what that looks like. But yeah, what an incredible feeling driving this Huracan Evo. Very, very. I think that it's just right. You know, there's a few little niggles that have been taken care of from the original Huracan on this, and it just feels right. Guys, we're in the 911 now. 520 horsepower, stage 2, this thing. So it's a normal Carrera, it's not a Carrera S to start with. It's nuts. So it costs like 5,000–6,000 euros to do the whole, you know, change all the changes that they've done to the car. It's got a new exhaust, as you can most definitely hear. You can hear the turbos. Oh, it's insane. It's insane. I'm trying to compare it to my 911 Turbo, which had actually similar power. It's so loud, but still, you get all the advantages and, you know, good sides of having a 911. So it's very usable, great visibility, great gearbox. We'll give it the beans in a second. It's funny jumping from a naturally aspirated into a turbocharged car, because you can really feel the difference in that power delivery. But both have their kind of advantages. This is 700 Newton meters now with all the changes it's had done on it. Completely different power delivery, completely different character. I mean, just unbelievably different cars, but yet both have they're just both so enjoyable. Hopefully we're gonna get out of traffic here and I'm gonna be able to give you a little acceleration. Okay, you guys ready? Let's give it a little bit. Here we go. Oh, it's got the demon within it. This thing's nuts. It's a 911 Carrera. It's insane. And I've got the Lambo and the MZ Touring behind me. What a dream. And just like that, we're back home. That was a super improvised video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know which one you preferred. Completely different ethoses, but both exceptional cars in their own way. Look at the rear of both of these. The 992, that is the angle for me, where it just looks the best. And then you got the Huracan right there. So yeah, awesome day out. I'm gonna put the Instagram of the guys that drove over to show us these cars. Yeah, fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you aren't already. Plenty more videos just like this on the way. Bye-bye.